Hey, what's happening, Nation? It's Sun Joku. The new year starts in 10 days, and I am so pumped about it. You have no idea. But Wednesday, March 18th, 4 p.m., new league year starts, and free agency kicks off. As we get closer to it, a lot of these rumors end up either getting a backing or getting totally dismissed. I want to talk about a few of them today. Three guys that I know everybody's been talking about, but I want to put my 2 cents out there. And one of these guys, the Raiders said they're straight up going to go out there and make an offer for. CBS Sports released it today, so I'm excited to shit about that. Want to see what happens with it. It's going to be a huge addition for us if we can end up getting the contract out there that he deserves. So we're going to jump into it. Not going to waste too much time. If you guys are new to the channel, please do subscribe. I do appreciate that. Hey, Richard, what's happening, man? Yeah, so let's jump into this. I'm going to start off with Marcus Mariota first. A lot of people have been talking about this. I really don't understand why. He is just all respect to him, he's just a worse version of Carr. If Carr was truly a shitty quarterback, he would be Marcus Mariota. He does not have the accuracy. He does not have the long ball. And for some reason, we're thinking about bringing him in as the veteran backup who will really push Carr. It's not going to put any pressure on Carr at all. So for you Carr haters out there, please tell me why you're supporting this so much. I do not get it. There are other options out there. Hey, Renee, what's happening? Renee could be better than Carr under Gruden. I don't know, because Mariota was another one of those guys that came out and he really was never playing under center. He came from the same, pretty much the system, a very similar offense to what Carr played in college. They both had the injuries. I'll say it, neither one of them have been the same since their injuries. But he lost his job to Ryan Tannehill. Tannehill throws like 10 to 15 balls a game. So, there's something there. There's something wrong there. I do not want him as our veteran backup. There's other backups out there that you want to bring in would have a way better option. And then, like I said in that draft video I did the other day, thank you guys for watching that. It had really good results, and the feedback I got on it was awesome. But we need to get somebody in that draft. I don't care who it is, just to get another young guy out there playing. Even if we get him super late and it's somebody that none of us have ever really heard of, just to have the rookie out there training and seeing if he can do something out there. So, that was Oregon. What's up, dude? I'm glad you could make it out, man. So let me know what you guys think about Mariota, because that one, it baffles me. It truly, truly does. The next one I want to go ahead and jump into was Chris Harris Jr. I wrote this shit down real quick because I don't track his stats all the time. But he's 5'10", he's 199, he's 30 years old, he had 44 solo tackles, he had 1 forced fumble, 1 pick, and 6 passes defended last season. Dude, I will tell you right now, I would take Chris Harris Jr. on this team all day long. If you've been a Raiders fan for a minute, you understand exactly what he brings to the table. He's not going to demand as much money as Byron Jones out there, but he's still going to demand a pretty penny, but he's on the back half of his career instead of just right in his prime. I would not be complaining if we brought Harris Jr. onto this team. So let me know what you guys think about him. I know he's a Bronco, but I'm all about just getting fucking talent out there and winning some games this season. So let me know what you think about him. I'm truly curious to see. Richard, we need to stop loving Carr. He's okay, but I truly believe Gruden is going to trade him and sign someone else. Richard, man, I'm not going to sit here and defend him through a whole video, but I just don't see anybody else coming in there and taking that spot. Not this next season. I just do not see it. I think Carr is going to get his shot to lead us into Vegas, and then after that, we'll see what happens. So Oregon, get Marcus. It's all upside and low risk. I just don't know how much money he's going to cost. That's the only thing. And the fact that I truly think he sucks. I'm just saying it. But, if we can get him cheap, and they wanted their veteran backup, I just don't see it, man. I'd way rather see some other dudes that are on that list come in there and be the backup of this team. But getting back to Harris Jr., if you bring him in, I like Marcus. There's a lot of people that do like Marcus, man. There truly, truly is, but I'm not one of them. And I don't know. Watch some of his tape. And watch his good and his bad tape out there. And just kind of see. Like I said, you don't get benched mid-season for a dude that doesn't throw the ball, and you have a running back like Henry. Like, that dude had the perfect setup, and he couldn't hold down that job. So, but I'm from Oregon. That makes a lot more sense then. All right, so Chris Harris Jr., I agree, Richard. I could see playing better next year. and then we get and getting him traded. We have the money. I like Marcus too. A lot of potential, more heart than Carr. That's tough to argue. I've seen Mariota get pissed on more than one occasion and get up in somebody's face. So I'll give you that. But he does not have the arm strength, and he does not have the accuracy of even half a Carr out there. All right, I'm pushing past that. Let's go. Or Chris Harris Jr., we talked about him. Let me know what you think about that. If we get Chris Harris Jr. or Byron Jones, we'll get into him in a minute. I'll tell you right now, that might be the writing on the wall for Karl Joseph, which would totally piss me off, because if this plays out, and it has a possibility of playing out like this, we could end up being completely jacked on the defensive side of the ball this just at the end of this offseason. So just hear me out here. We've heard about Chris Harris Jr. Going to Byron Jones. He's 6'1", he's 200 pounds. He's 27 years old. He had 36 solo tackles, 1 forced fumble, 6 passes defended. Mullen's been out there reaching to him on Twitter, and then, like I said earlier, CBS Sports came out there and said that we are going to actively pursue Byron Jones in this free agency. I was happy as shit to hear that. Like, truly, truly happy. If you have Jones on one side, you have Mullen on the other, and then all of a sudden you have Worley able to float back there. That makes a huge difference. Like, a huge difference. I'll tell you, man. It'll change the defense completely. But I think at that point, you have to keep Karl Joseph in that mix. Like, you have to. Abrams going to have to come out. He's going to have to be spelled. Keep Joseph in there. Joyner has to do something this year. But I'm thinking if Joyner and Worley are splitting that nickel spot, there's still room in there for Joseph on that defense. So, man, that has a serious shot. You go out there, you draft Raekwon Davis in the 3rd round, add that piece to your defensive line. And then the last dude I wanted to talk about, and I really don't want to talk about him too much because I don't want to jinx it, but if you put Littleton into that mix, I talked about him in that first video I did like 2 months ago. You drop him into that defense, we go out there and draft Murray in the 1st round. Dude, we're sitting fat at that point. Like, truly, truly fat. Our defense would be good as shit. We would be young. We would be so fast. And I think it has a serious shot at happening. The other thing that people have been going back and forth on is Byron Jones or Chris Harris Jr. We literally have the money to where we could sign Chris Harris Jr., we could sign Byron Jones, we could sign Littleton, bring in that rookie help, and then still have money for the offensive side of the ball. There is no reason why we should not do that. Sign them both. Bring back Karl Joseph. Sign Littleton. Screw Mariota. Jack the shit out of this defense. Still draft defense. Bring in, like I said, bring in Davis, bring in Murray. And then everything else you could put towards the offense. We could still get one of those top 2 receivers at number 12 out there. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm so pumped about next season. You have no idea. Get to these comments again real quick. I agree, Richard. I could see Carr playing better next year. Oh, no. We're past that. Carr is better than Marcus, but Marcus's upside is way higher. I like Carr. We will keep Carr, but he has already hit his ceiling. Marcus is a smart kid. If Gruden got his hands on him, he could be fixed. I'm going to play devil's advocate here, dude. I do not think Carr's hit his ceiling. I think Carr is about to shatter that ceiling that he's been sitting at for the past 2 seasons. I think we're about to see something special out of him. And like I said, man, I'm going to be the first person to say it, because if I'm wrong, I'm going to be on the boat of getting him out of Las Vegas as fast as possible. But as of right now, I truly do. I think that dude's about to explode. Eagles are paying top dollar for Jones too. He's going to be pricey. He is. But we're going to end up having to splurge. And that's the only thing that might kill us, is he could go up high enough to where we can no longer afford Littleton out there. But we'll definitely be able to get Chris Harris Jr. and Littleton. But no matter what happens in that situation, we got to get Karl Joseph back. And I know a lot of people are down on him, but the second half of every season, the dude plays lights out. And now he'll finally have the continuity and some extra talent around him, to where I think him as a backup, like as a backup to Abram, or a backup coming in for Joyner, and not being the starting guy out there would make a huge difference for him. And I don't think he's going to get top dollar, so I mean, part of him, I think, still wants to be a Raider, but at the same time, you can't blame the dude for wanting to go out there and see if he could get truly paid. So, I mean, that is what it is. Gasket Corey. Gasket. Who is that? I don't know who that is. I hope you're right, and it could be. Renee, I question Littleton's run tackling. Cowboys got a good safety and D tackle and D end. Are hitting free agency. Bring them all to Las Vegas. Littleton, I'll give you that. Sometimes he does. He'll blow a tackle out there. He'll actually just bounce off somebody. But it's his coverage, dude. It is his coverage skills that I truly want to see on that defense, because I think our defensive line is going to end up being pretty damn good again. I think we'll have the speed at linebacker where you're going to actually see some pretty big plays happening out there. So, I don't know. There's a ton of linebackers out there this time. Like a ton of linebackers. Between free agency and the draft, we should be able to pick up 2 or 3. I just do not want to see us go and get those dudes that nobody's really looking at and bringing them in because we think that all of a sudden they're going to shine. And shit barely ever happens. I'm sorry to say, it did not happen with Will Compton. That dude was a bright spot on a shit-ass defense. It is what it is with him. There's a reason he wasn't playing for somebody. And he's not going to be sticking around. I'm telling you guys right now, that whole linebacking crew is going to flip. I think if Vontaze gets an offer from anybody else, he's going to take it just to break the stigma of being with the Raiders, because he knows he's going to get that bullshit call, especially if he's playing for us. So it might be a chance for him to rejuvenate his career, and I'll back that too, because I want to get some fresh faces in there. That's what I got for you guys tonight, dude. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if what prospects you're thinking about, what people you think we should end up bringing in through this free agency period. I don't know if we're going to make any moves right off the bat, but if a nice offer comes out there, you might see some action that very first day. I'm definitely going to go live. We'll just report on all the moves that are happening out there and see if any of our free agents end up moving on. But until then, guys, I'll probably be back in a day or two. And don't forget about the Nation's Voice, Thursday night, 9:30. Come out, put your opinion out there. I'm still working on the show, so I'm not sure what we're going to be talking about yet. But, dude, please try to make it out for that. Great show. See you next time. I appreciate it, Dennis. Or Danny, thank you very much. But, yeah, guys, I appreciate y'all. Have a good night. We will see you guys then.